danger zone in against Kendall Holt. Danger. It came. It struck. And it knocked him out.
It struck with a very quick Viper-like left hook. And I mentioned a couple rounds ago that Diaz has been knocked out with left hooks. He doesn't see that punch well. Doesn't pick it up well. Never did. Even early in his career, and he did not pick up that punch.
Here come the replays. Sit back and enjoy it. Watch the power surge.
Downstairs and upstairs, just like they write it up on the chalkboard, or they draw it up. Left hook downstairs, and he never saw the left hook upstairs. Watch again. Holt downstairs, upstairs, and you can see the eyes if you look at that replay. If you look at that replay, again, there's Brandon Jacobs, the running back, the manager, the running back of the New York Giants, and the manager of Kendall Holt. Watch again. Watch the eyes of Diaz. Watch. The left hook comes downstairs. His eyes are downstairs, and he never adjusts to upstairs, and he never sees that left hook crash on his chin.
And how about the way Kendall Holt just walked to the neutral corner, seemingly knowing the fight was over. Like a home run walk, watching the ball go over the wall. Huge left hook finishes things off. For the official particulars, we send it up to the ring to Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 37 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Marcos Rosales, stops the contest. Your winner by way of technical knockout, Kendall RatedR Holt.
All week long, he talked about the opportunity to get back. Former title holder. Feels like he's still one of the elites, that there are still big fights in his future. You know what? He still has that. Gone is Julio Diaz. Onward moves Kendall Holt.
Mike Adams from the Cleveland Browns.
ESPN Friday Night Fights is presented by Corona Extra, proud sponsor of Friday Night Fights, and as always encourages you to relax responsibly. And in part by Supercuts. Get in, get confident, Supercuts every time. And by Castrol Edge, now a titanium fluid strength technology. Back here at the Chumash Casino, Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas, joined by Kendall Holt and little 7-year-old Keyshawn Holt, who's awful proud of Dad because of what we're going to show you right here. A spectacular left hook that finishes off the main event in the 3rd round as Julio Diaz would be unable to continue. The right hand got things going early on. Then come round number 3. Kendall, tell us all about it.
He got real confident as I stumbled back. So when I noticed that he was getting confident, I just stayed there and waited for him to come. And as soon as he pushed, I went to the body, the left hook, and I finished up top with the left hook.
You know, from the beginning, Kendall, I thought you were just too big and too strong, too good a puncher for Diaz to stay in front of you. And I thought the danger zone was the first 4 rounds going into this fight, that Diaz could not stand in front of you the first 4 rounds, because if he stayed in that neighborhood, he might not get through that neighborhood. Did you think that way going into this fight?
Absolutely. He's a tough, 2-time world champion, Mexican, so I already knew what the game plan was for him. And that was to come try to wear me down, go to my body, which is everybody's game plan. But what people fail to recognize and understand, as all you junior welterweights out there, you have to get close enough for me to hit you back when you try to hit me. And I can take yours. Can you take mine?
Nope. Many questions answered tonight. You and I talked most of the week about how important this was for both of you. 2 former title holders trying to get back to a big money position. You're in a deep division. That's the good news. How do you see your future?
My future is bright at this moment, really bright. I'm expecting, I want the winner of Timothy Bradley, Amir Khan, if that happens, because, I have 1 loss to Timothy Bradley already. And before my career is over, I want a trilogy. And we already know Ricardo Torres 3 is out of the question.
Zapchuta likely to get himself possibly in the mix this summer, but a lot of potential fights out there for you. How do you think that you improved from the version that we saw within the past year or 2 years?
I've improved because I went back and with my new trainer, Mike Skronsky, I went back and worked on basics. But more importantly, I had a lot of extracurricular activity going on outside the ring, and that occupied a lot of my time. I was going on movie auditions. I was managing a couple R&B artists who turned out to be ungrateful, so I just started concentrating on myself, and I'm back on top, and it right where I left from it.
Boxing takes your full attention.
Boxing and football, too. You seem to have quite a few football players that are part of your team. You have Brandon Jacobs from the Giants, and I see you have some Cleveland Brown presence over there.
Mike Adams.
Mike Adams, my man over there from the Cleveland Browns. You got good people around you.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's just that I have a lot of support around me. We as athletes, we understand what each other goes through, so we're there with each other, pushing each other, trying to get each other to work harder, and that's been the story this last year.
After you landed that left hook, there was something about the way you just casually walked over to that neutral corner, like a home run hitter taking those few couple of strides out of the batter's box and watching the ball sail out over the wall. You knew on impact, didn't you?
Well, at first, the way I seen him fall, I figured, you know what, it was over. And then when I got the neutral corner, I turned around and I see him getting up. That's what stopped me from getting on the ropes. I was getting on the ropes and sitting on the ropes because I was feeling like I was on top of the world. But as I seen him start to rise, I was like, all right, he might be getting up and we might continue.
We got to get out of here real quick, but